Hi there, I'm Randall. This is JJ, KravMagaTraining.com. In this video, we're going to go over the hostage position from behind, and I want to focus specifically on how to make the plucking defense stronger. Because really, this defense isn't that difficult for most students because it's actually easier to get out than the headlock from behind. But the plucking part does have a few issues with it that are a little more difficult than the headlock from behind. So let me explain. JJ's a bad guy. He puts me in the hostage position from behind. So the first thing is, normally the danger of this is the person will be covering your mouth, dragging you backwards, but he's going to leave it open so you can hear me talk. So the big thing is we have to get this hand off our mouth, so now we can breathe, but we need belly to get this off so we can escape. Now a couple issues compared to the headlock from behind is one, is when he covers my mouth, I can only use one hand. I don't have access to the second hand, especially when he's pulling back hard on this one. So that's one issue. The other problem is this. When I try to pluck at the thumbs, I can also scratch my own face too. So we generally have to pluck more at the wrist, which means we don't have as much leverage on this particular pluck as we do with the other one. So because we only have one arm, we can't pluck the thumb for leverage. We have to do a few other things to make this pluck a little stronger. So yeah, we only get to use one arm, but the nice thing is he's also only holding with one arm, so it's a fair match. So the first suggestion I would say is, like most plucking defenses, make them big. So here's a mistake most beginners make. They just go straight to the hand, which will work fine at some of your own size, but what we found when we have smaller students, especially ladies against bigger guys, this is what happens. Doesn't move, and it's very scary. They can't yell for help even worse. If your nose is covered, you can't breathe, which could be life-threatening. So the first thing is to reach up as high as you can and back as far as you can, and that way you have space between your fingers and your hands. So this time when he grabs me, I have full range of motion. So big plucks equals strong plucks. And that rule applies to all of your defenses where you're using plucking defenses. So reach back real far, real high, and pluck and pin. The other thing that's going to help with this is you need to lower your center of gravity or space and base similar to you do bear hug defenses. So before I just use my arm, which is fine because we're about the same size, but if JJ's a lot bigger than me, I have to add this. So notice what I did with my lip. My feet are about shoulder width apart right now. So as I'm doing the plucking defense, right when I catch his hand, my feet will space that off to the side and my body weight drops down by bending my knees. So what happens is as I'm doing this pluck, all my body weight transfers off of my feet temporarily onto my hands and his arms, which means he has to carry all my body weight. This part is tricky and it takes a lot of practice, but once you get the timing down, your plucking defense is way stronger. So again, right there. So notice how I'm dropping my weight, space, and base as I'm plucking. And you have to synchronize it too. So a lot of beginners that do this. So you gotta synchronize the two. Like this. And even if somebody's really strong, it's very difficult for them to hold you with one arm when your whole body weight's on that. Now that definitely don't forget to pin nice and tight. So those are my two suggestions to make that pluck stronger. Full range of motion on the pluck, space and base as you do that, and after that it's a pretty easy attack to get out of. Most people won't have any problems with it because you can get out of the headlock from behind. I think this one's even easier to get out of. So it's an easier attack, but it is a common attack, kidnapping scenarios, hostage scenarios, so it's very important that you learn how to get out of it. So anyways, try those two suggestions on this plucking defense when you are attempting it on bigger classmates, and you should still have some success.